Hi everyone, this is Rebecca Jane from Yoga with Rebecca Jane, and here we are for our senior/chair yoga class. Today we will continue working on heart openers, which are they're important for keeping strengthening our shoulders, but also helping them from being rounded, or if they're already rounding forward, which most of the population is anyway. It's over time, if you do them enough of like pulling them back and lowering them down and stretching them, they become less and less pronounced, and to the point sometimes where you don't have the rounding. It doesn't mean you never lean forward and you don't round ever, but it's just in everyday life you want to be able to keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. The other thing we'll be doing that, we'll be doing a few tummy things and some hip openers. So we will get started. Let's start with sitting up nice and tall, feet flat on the ground, either the eyes closed or look to the ground with a soft gaze, hands resting on the thighs. Let's just take a few breaths in. Let's do a breath in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth. And let's take an inhale and an exhale and an inhale and an exhale. Let's take this time we're going to do what they call it's called a box breathing, where you inhale through the nose for 4, pause for 4, exhale for 4, and pause for 4. So it's not necessarily holding, it's just a pause. We're going to do 3 sets of those. This is supposed to help you kind of de-stress. If you have any worries, immediately the worries kind of dissipate at least for a little bit. So we'll do that. I'm just checking to see that what I have over here. So let's take a breath in. Let's exhale through the mouth first. Then you can place your hand on your tummy to feel it expand, or not. You can keep the hands down. But take a breath in through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pull the tummy in. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4. And then let's start to deepen the breath again as we begin our practice. Let's open the eyes, inhale, reach your arms up. Let's celebrate the sun, a little bit of sun today over here anyway. Exhale, reach the hands let the hands float to your heart. Take a breath in, inhale, sweep the arms up as if you're gathering the sunlight in your arms. Exhale, lower the hands down. Now from here, take your right leg over your left, or not, if you want to just cross it over if you can't do this for whatever reason. Other option, you can always take that right foot and place it behind the left thigh, or not. And then take your left hand to the outside of that right thigh, right hand behind your back. I want you to breathe in nice and tall. Take a deep breath in and lift up nice and tall. That's what I meant. And exhale, twist to the right. Take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. So we're twisting our spine, we're twisting our digestive system, and then take an inhale, come back to center. Let's untwist those legs. Let's take your left leg, cross it over. If you can place it behind that left leg, that's fine. If not, and then let's take right hand on the left thigh, left hand behind your back. Take a deep breath in, lift up nice and tall, and let's exhale, twist. Lower your left shoulder down. Let's breathe in and breathe out. And then inhale back up. Let's untwist those legs. Let's take the arms out to the sides and let's hug ourselves. Now I have a little thing going on with my shoulder, so I'm not going to hug myself in the same way, but you can bring your hands and hug them as tight as possible. And then hug, so breathe in and out. Now as you hug, I want you to take an inhale and exhale, twist to the right, keeping the hug, keeping the arms around your chest or in front of your chest. Inhale back to center and exhale to the left. Then inhale back to center, let the arms reopen. And then just change the cross of your arms. That's a little bit easier for me, this one. Take an inhale, center, and exhale to the left, or twist. Inhale back to center, and then to the right. Take an inhale back up this time. Open the arms and sweep your arms up to the sky and interlace them. If you can't interlace them, don't worry about it. Just grab hold of a wrist or the opposite wrist, so the left wrist, and spin the palms up. And I want you to reach forward. As you reach forward, I'm just going to spin around so I can show you this, and inhale, lift back up and lean back. So beginning to open up the chest, inhaling forward and then lift up. This time stretch over to the right. So again, you can always grab hold of the wrist, and then inhale back to center and then to the left. Inhale back to center, nice and tall, and then to the right. And then inhale, deep breath in, and exhale to the left. And then this time lift up, release the hands, and take the wrists and just circle them around all the way down till they come to the ground. Come down to your sides. And take your hands on the chair, squeeze the shoulder blades. You can even make it a little bit harder, come onto those fingertips, but that's harder on a chair. And lift your chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, and open up that. So we're countering the rounding of the shoulders. As you lift up through the chest, bring your chin to your chest. And then lift your head back up to neutral. So you're looking forward, then bring your chin to your chest and then lift up. Now come back up tall, nice and tall, hands on your thighs. We're going to do a few little neck stretches. Take your head to the left ear stacked over your left shoulder. Now you can keep it like this, or you can add on by taking your right arm and wrapping it around the head and cradling your head in your left arm, and this is important that you don't tug on your neck, but just let the head drop into the arms. And let's take a few breaths in and out. And then bring your chin towards your left collarbone and breathe in and out. And then inhale back up, and then release the left arm from your head and then place it back to the left side. Drop your head to the right. You should feel a stretch all the way down that left side of the neck. You can add on or not the right arm, just wrap it around and let the head drop into that right arm. A little bit of just a little extra weight, and breathe in and out. And then bring your chin towards your chest, so the collarbone, that right collarbone, feeling the stretch in the, almost not quite the side, but just a little bit to the back. And then lift your right arm up and then release. Let's do a few little cats and cows. You don't have to spin around. I'm spinning around so you can see me. You can, if you don't have a ball, don't worry. You don't need a ball for this, but if you have one, why not? Why not take advantage of it? Place it between your knees so that you can get a little bit more of a tummy or a pelvic floor lift just by having the ball between the legs. Squeeze the ball, and if you don't, again, not a problem. Take an inhale, hands on your knees, and then slide back. And then inhale, slide forward. Hands are resting on the thighs. Lift through the chest, lean forward. We're going to do this pretty slow at first. Exhale, round, pull the belly in towards the spine, stretch out the back, and then inhaling forward. So now what we're doing here is we're opening up the shoulders in the cow stretch. And of course, when we're doing the cat stretch, our shoulders round. So we're exaggerating the rounded shoulders. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. Inhaling forward, squeezing the ball, and exhaling back. This time, add on if you'd like, add the arms forward and then exhale back. So either hands stay on the thighs or reach the arms forward and press back into this tummy toner. Lean back and inhale, lift up tall. We're not leaning forward, we're lifting back. And inhale forward and back. So now we're going to hold, we're going to stay backwards, we're holding this, and you're going to just bring your arms to the left. As you exhale, inhale back to center, and then to the right as you exhale. Inhale back to center, exhale to the left. Inhale back to center, exhale to the right. One more set, you don't have to, you could do it with your hands and just twist. Exhale to the left, inhale back to center, and exhale to the right, and then hands to the thighs, let's lift up. Let's take the ball and place it next to you, and let's come all the way down into a forward bend. Open up those feet. Feel free to pick your bottom up if you'd like, or keep your bottom on the chair. Let yourself hang here for a moment. And just shake your head no and shake your head yes, loosening up those neck muscles. And begin to see if you can just swipe the ground with your arms. If you can't touch the ground, then you just move from side to side. But if you can touch the ground, do a little bit of a wipe of the ground from side to side, loosening up that spine. And then from here, heel to those feet so the hip distance, come back onto the chair if you are off the chair. I want you to slide your hands all the way up the legs. Massage those legs as you lift up, and then lift up nice and tall. Take your thumbs into those hip creases and then reach up, and so your elbows are open. And then draw them back, yeah? And then slide the hands. As you do this, pull your belly in, slide all the way down to the ground. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, slide your hands up, all the way up, slide, 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 all until they touch your hip creases, thumbs into the hip creases, and then lift up. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, slide back down. One more set. Take an inhale and exhale. Belly pulls in. Slide the hands up, slide the hands up. Bring the thumbs into your hip creases. Lift up nice and tall. And then release the hands from the thighs. You can use the ball or not. Place the ball between the legs. We're going to do the lifting up off the chair. We might use some weights today. If you don't have weights, then use a cans or not. So either or. So we're going to start with taking an inhale and leaning forward as if we're peering over a window, and then we're going to lift our bottom up and then come all the way up to standing. Take an inhale at the top, exhale, make sure you can see you have the chair safely underneath you, and then place yourself back down. Take an inhale forward and then lift up. And you might decide you don't want to stand up or you're dizzy, so don't only come up an inch or so off the chair and then sit back down. And then take an exhale that's lower back down. Pause for a moment and place your bottom down. And now start to incorporate the arms, reach the arms back. Take an inhale and then lift all the way up as you exhale. Take an inhale at the top, squeeze the shoulders back, and then exhale, roll back down, place your bottom on the chair, and then sit up. And then squeeze the shoulders back. Let's do this one more time. Take a breath in, lift up, lift up, lift up. Now we're going to stay up. We're going to stay. Take the shoulders, roll them back, sweep them back behind you. Hold, and take your hands and as if you're trying to clap your hands behind you. You're not even close, but you're pulsing. So take a breath in and squeeze the shoulders, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. I feel like a seal, but that's what it's going to feel like. You'll feel your arms working and then release down. So you can always take the ball from, if you have the ball, shake them out. So just let's work our shoulders, loosen them up. Do some shoulder. You can take your hands on your shoulders if you'd like, or take the full arm and circle them around. Either one at a time or both at a time. We're sweeping our arms back. And then we're going to go forward, either hands on the shoulders, or both arms forward, or one alternating at a time. Okay, so from here, reach the arms out. We're going to do a little bit of arm work without any weights, just using our own bodies. And we're going to reach the arms out and push into the imaginary walls next to you. And I want you to just bend the elbows. Bring the elbows in towards your waist. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, push into a wall, but imagine that you're pushing into something like, I suppose we can imagine water, but we're using our own body's resistance. So take a breath in, and then use your exhalation to open. Let me get the breathing. Inhale, we'll get the exhale, bend. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. And inhale, open. If you're getting tired, you can take a break with your arms, just roll them back and forth. Just 2 more sets of these. Bend, and then straighten, and then shake it out. Shake out those arms. So we're going to do a little to warm our bodies up. I was saying I was cold in my flat, but now it's starting to get quite warm. So what we're going to do is make sure the chair is not in your way. We're going to do a few little lifts up with the arms and sweep them back behind you. And you can go either, you can stay up, and you can do this also in your chair. Yeah? You can do this standing. Take an inhale and exhale, just sweep. And then inhale up. And then exhale. Go inhale up, and then go inhale up, and then inhale up, and then inhale up, and then and one more time, inhale up, and inhale up, and inhale up. You might as well burn a few calories, right? Inhale up and down, and one more time. This time, sweep the arms back and reach the arms up and open them out to the sides and let them float down. Okay. Let's take our hands on our hips and open the toes wide, and let's do a few little bends and straightening of the legs. Just take a breath in and out. And then coming back to center, you can use weights or not. You don't have to use weights, just pretend you have them. And open the knees wide. So I have a very 2 pounds weights, but some people have 1 pound. And I want you to just, from here, spin your palms forward, weights are in your hands, and you're going to straighten the legs, stand up tall, take a breath in, and then bend the knees and bring the weights up towards your shoulders, or no weights in your hands, just do the same. Just create a little bit more resistance if you don't have weights. So it's inhale, straighten, exhale, bend, inhale, straighten. Don't forget to pull your bottom muscles up when you're straightening when you're straightening the legs. So exhale, inhale, pull the tummies in and the bottoms up, and then bend. And then inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, bend. And this time, take the arms and spin them next to your sides and turn your toes forward, bend your front leg. So you can do this even sitting on the chair. Take your right. You don't need the other weight unless you want to double it up. But right hand on the right thigh. Your left foot is slightly turned out. Your hips are forward. And then take your left arm, reach it down as if you're trying to reach the floor. Again, you could be sitting on the chair here. You can pick up that imaginary thing and lift it up, but keep the elbow bent and reach it back and straighten that left arm. Rebend your left arm and then reach down. You might not touch the ground, but you're going towards the ground. Pick up that imaginary thing and then bend the elbow, stop, and then inhale, open. Breathing in and exhale down with that arm as if you're picking something up. And then lift and then exhale. So I'll have to get the breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bend and exhale. One more time down. And then come back up and then just put the weights down for a moment. Let's spin around and let's bring the legs in towards one another. Let's do a few little figure eights to loosen up our hips, loosen up our arms, loosen up those waists. So this is yoga, believe it or not, except you don't usually have weights in yoga, but that adds a little extra. These are called Warrior 2 poses. Now we're going to spin around, and so this is Warrior 2 with the left knee. Make sure the knee is just above the ankle. And again, sit on the chair if you need to, or not on, or without the chair. I'm going to take the lighter weight for this side. So what we're going to do is you're going to left hand on the left thigh. You're going to go down as if you're picking something up. Take a breath in. Lift up and exhale, reach back. Inhaling and exhale. Down. Breathe in, bend the elbow and exhale, straighten. Inhale and exhale, down. Inhale, bend and exhale, straighten. Inhale and exhale, down. Make sure you soften your shoulder. I'm noticing my shoulders because this is the one that hurts a little bit. Lift back up. A few more times. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time down and then lift up and let's hold and then release. And then take your weights, put them over to the side and shake out those legs. Take a seat for a moment. It's always good to take a little bit of a break since we've been sitting. Let's hands on the thighs. Let's do a few gentle circles around to the right. Actually, we are going to be sitting. We'll do some stretching now. And let's go to the left. So this should feel nice on your lower back. One of my most favorite things we do is this circling of doing this pivot or this circling on our pelvis. It's just feels good. There's nothing more to say about it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have our strap handy to stretch out our legs, but we're going to start off with taking the towel, and if perchance you don't have a towel, that's okay too. What we're going to do is you're going to scrunch your feet. So think about what you do when you want to pick something up with your toes. Not that we do that on a regular basis, but how when your feet are on the ground, you scrunch your toes and you pretend to lift something up. So it's as if you're actually making a fist with your foot. Well, we're doing this with the towel. This is a regular hand towel. And we start at the very bottom of the towel, the long end of the towel. And then you take one foot first, doesn't matter which one, and you scrunch it. So what you're doing is gathering the towel with your toes. So this is makes sense. It's very good for your feet, the flexibility of your toes. So just keep gathering, gathering, gathering. And it also works the arches. And then let's push the towel one more time. We'll do that another time. So back at the beginning, at the very top, and alternate. Gather with one foot, then gather with another, gather with another, gather with another. You might do okay, you might find this is hard if you're on a carpet particularly. Draw the towel towards you and then push the towel away. So take the towel and bring it up towards you. So I know we just touch it with our feet, but we can wash our hands. So what we're doing here is we're going to take the towel first, just squeeze out the imaginary water that's in the towel. First, we're going to lift it up above our head. Sitting up tall, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you can bend to the right. If you feel like doing this standing, if you can do this particular one standing, inhale, lift back up. Make sure the towel is above your head. If you can't, because of shoulder restrictions, then don't worry about it. Just do what you can do. Take an inhale and exhale over to the left, and inhale back up, and then to the right. Inhale back up, and then exhale to the left. And then bring the towel back behind you. So I'll spin around so you can see me opening up the front of the body. Breathing in, holding this, but breathing as you're holding it. Inhaling and exhaling, and then release down. Now, just shake it out. My favorite for the fingers is to start at one end, doesn't matter which end. You're going to squeeze, you're going to use the dominant hand, or whatever hand is doing the squeezing. So most likely if you're starting with, you'll start maybe with whatever end you start, you're going to have one hand that's actually doing the squeezing and the other one that's just holding. So we get to practice it on both sides. And then squeezing, squeezing, and squeezing. Now we start at the end that you just ended with, and the one hand closest to the end is the one that doesn't do as much squeezing as the other hand. So squeeze, you're twisting out the water, squeeze, squeeze, and squeeze. So what this does is, and then just take the towel, and I want you to just go up and down and just squeeze it like it's a rope. Down, and then back up again. So no longer twisting and squeezing, but just walking up the rope with your hands. Interesting. It's one I've never done before. And then, so a towel is actually very, very helpful because we can do a lot. You might feel your wrists later, your fingers. You might say, oh God, I have arthritis in my hands, but it's probably from what you're just doing, unless you have arthritis. Okay, so let's just take our right ankle on the left thigh as we start to warm down, or right in front of your left ankle. Take a peek, left knee is over your left ankle, press your right knee down, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lean forward. So you should feel this. And for those that can go deeper, because I have some people in my classes that have been doing this for quite a while, you might want to go lower. I don't know, you can do all different things here. You can go much lower. Some of us are a little bit higher. And then lift back up, and then lower that right foot down, and just shake it out. And left ankle on your left thigh. Left knee, press that left knee down, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lower down. The same thing on this side, depending on the flexibility in your left hip, or particularly the psoas muscle. Some of us can go a little bit lower, maybe to the point where you're laying, your chest is on top, is touching your thigh. And then lift back up. And let's just take a few little cats and cows. So inhaling forward and exhaling back. And then this time come up nice and tall. Inhale, reach your arms up. Full inhalation all the way up to your hands. Exhale, float the hands down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, float the hands down. One more time, inhale, lift. This time the hands stay in front of your heart in this, what we call in yoga, Anjali Mudra, which it means it's a way of thanking you or welcoming you. It's a wonderful gesture, actually, for all different reasons, but for the end of a practice, it's how we seal the practice, how we wish you well, and have a great day, everyone. Namaste. It's wonderful having you and extra people in the class as well. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me if you need to. This is Rebecca Jane from Yoga with Rebecca Jane, and I'll see you soon.